Welcome to C++ programming. Hello everyone, welcome back on this video tutorial that we learn about how to start and learning C++ programming language. In this video tutorial we start to learn about function in C++ programming. In the last video tutorial that we learned about function definition and the type of function in C++ and the use of C++ function. In C++ programming language, there are two types of C++ programming function that used in C++. Built-in function means that the function in that already is built in standard library that we call by preprocessor or standard library. Built-in we call built-in function. Another is user-defined function. User-defined is the function that we can customize by user with the different tasks that we want to do something. Okay, and this video we can declare and we can talk detail about how to use function with overloading. So what is function overloading? Function overloading is a function that we can create many functions with the same names, mean that more than two names with the same. So this function we call function overloading because we can create and declare with the same name, but it contains the different argument inside and do something with the different tasks with the different argument. So this function we can call it as a user-defined function. Now let's see the example of how to use function overloading. Example of function overloading, I can say integer sum. This sum value mean that I only create the first function that contain with the name sum, but it contain no parameter inside this function. So this called the function with no parameter. But another way is if I want to create the function with the same name, the sum, but if I want to contain single or more parameter inside the sum function, example I can say sum integer a and integer b. This function is the same name with sum, but it contains two parameters because I want to place the argument when I call a function, or if I want to sum between two values, so I can customize or create two variables of parameter inside the sum function, and it contains two parameters. Another way, if I want to create another sum function, but it contains more than two parameters, I can say integer sum, and I can declare, I can create with three parameters: integer a, integer b, and integer c. So this is the way that you can create. The way that you create sum function, the first is sum function, second one is sum, and the third function is sum. It's the same function, it's the same name of sum function, but it contains what is different. The difference that you can see in this example of video tutorial about overloading function in C++ is the first function contains no parameter inside, and the second one is it contains two parameters, and the third is it contains three parameters inside. So this is called the function with overloading technique. Okay, now and let's brief introduce, and now let's see the example of how to use function overloading. Now I can say I can include preprocessor, include I/O stream in order to make input and output control. Another way I can use namespace using namespace std because I want to use it as a standard input and output library namespace. And then another structure in C++ in order to run the compile and execute the program, run the program, we necessary to create the special function is called main. Don't forget to create or declare main function. Now example, I want to create the function sum with the overloading as above that I display as a present. Example, I can create function that I want to sum two value of parameters, three value of parameter or more than 3 parameter with the single name or with the same name. So I can create some function, and the first function I only create two variable of parameter. I can create and declare parameter integer a and integer b because its content I want to the function to make the addition between two values is a and b when I apply the customize my value to the argument. So now I can return the first function that contain two parameters because I want to add value addition between two values. So I can return value, return a plus b. Okay, it's complete to declare the function and return the value of the function in order to make a specific task, because this function, this sum function, it make the task addition between a and b when we place the real value or the argument to this parameter. So this is we call function declare. Function declare and definition and definition. Okay, and continue. We try to create the same function name called sum, but I create more parameter. I will create more parameter to this function because I want to make or I want the function to add or to do another task. Okay, now I can say integer sum, the same value, the same name of function, and I customize or I create different variable of parameters. I can say integer a, integer b, and that is different from above the function or that contain only two parameters. I can create this with 3 parameters. I can create another parameter is integer c because I want to make addition between 3 value of variable. This one I want to return value that it will be sum or at this make the addition of 3 value is integer a, value b, and value of integer c. I can say a plus b and a plus c. Okay, and let's try another example. I can say another more parameter with some function. This I can create with 4 parameter. Integer d. And now I will do the specific in the main the body of some function. So as you can see, this first I create the function with name sum with 2 parameter. They contain parameter value of variable integer a and integer b, and it return a value to do the specific task with the addition between value a and value b when we replace to the parameter value. And the second one and the third second is the same name with sum, but it contains 3 parameter and it return a value to do the specific task of sum function, that it return a value when we plus a and b and c, 3 variable. And the third one we make another function that contains 4 parameter we that call integer a, value integer b, integer c and integer d, because I want to customize and create 4 parameter with some function. So I can return value because I want to it's a plus b plus c and plus d. So this is a very simple and easy to understand in the definition of overloading function in C++ or function overloading in C++ programming. This is the complete explain and complete task to do the declare and create the function with overloading technique. Okay, now I want to make the example, the output, and call the function to do anything with the function task. I can create main and return the value. And now I want to call the first function that contains two parameters, because I want to display what the output of between plus of 2 value a plus b. So I can say cout plus a plus b equal, and then I will call the function that contains 2 parameters because it we want the plus or addition between 2 values. So I will call the first function that contains only 2 parameters. I can say sum. As you can see, this it is initialized when we call the name that we already declared the function. So as you can see, it will generate an order with the function that we have been created with many different type of parameter. And now I can select sum that contain 2 parameter is sum integer a and integer b. So the first parameter you can place the value that we call argument. When we provide or we replace or provide the real value of integer that we place to function we call argument. Argument value 1 is integer b that we provide the integer type to this argument, and integer b we provide the real value of integer type. I can provide 23. Okay, this is the first line of function that I call the function that contain function that name sum and contain 2 parameter. Another one I can call a plus b and plus c, because I want to call a function that can plus or addition between three values a, b and c. So the same function name sum, but this different because I want to select another is three parameter. I can put another value of argument, apply another argument is 11 because it contains three parameters. So when we replace the value we call argument, we replace or customize, provide the value three value to, of argument to sum. Another I will call the function with the same name, with that I name the sum with the same, but it contains three four parameter that I want to add or plus value, four value of a, b, c and d. So now I can replace the value of four parameter. I can say 25 and the 4 30. So now this is an example of how to declare and use the function with overloading technique in C++ programming. And now when you complete, don't forget save and compile and run your code to see what's wrong or what exactly that will display, what is the result with your code. Okay, now you can see the value is up here. The value is displayed with the output console, with the black console of C++ console. The first result is a plus b is equal 23 because it 12 it plus between value of 12 and 23, so it will equal 35. It's right with the first sum with two parameters, and the second we want to plus a, b, c. There are three value. You can see in your code that you make in your code and call function. The value of argument is 23 plus 12 plus 23, it equals 35, and plus another value is 11. 35 plus 11 equal 46. So let's see your result is equal 36 with the three argument of parameter. And the last one, the third, that we call a function with four parameter, value a plus b plus c and plus d, a equal 90. Please try to see your code in the third one that it call the sum function name with four parameter. You can see the argument value of argument is 12 plus 23 plus 25 and plus 30, so it equal 90. I think this is right, and it complete to use C++ programming with the overloading technique in function that we call function overloading in C++ programming. Okay, please try again, and you can create more different parameter with the same name that we call it function overloading in C++ programming. Okay guys, thank you for your watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more video tutorial, and see you next video tutorial about another tutorial in C++ programming language. Thank you.